Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 13 of the Francois Podcast. As y'all already know, we go by the name of Sebastien and Claushelle. How y'all doing?
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back. Hope you had a great week. And thank you for coming back.
Yeah, so if y'all want to check us out on any streaming platforms, any of y'all preference, we on Anchor, we on Audio Mac, we on Apple. So check us out, stream us, like, share, comment, repost. A YouTube channel if y'all want to go that way. So just, check us out, watch us, hear us, uh, learn to love us and support us, and eventually, uh, and give us money.
And we're also on YouTube. So definitely check out our video that we did on episode 10.
I was lying about the money.
And was it episode 10? Actually, no. It was episode 11. Check out our live from episode 11. That should be very fun for you guys to check out. And we also have our podcast on YouTube. So, I'm sorry, the audio on YouTube. Alrighty. So let's get right into it. How was your weekend, babe?
It was cool. How was yours?
It was cool. It's very fast. You know, they're never long enough. I did not rest, and I should have, but I didn't, and it's okay. At least next weekend, I have the Monday off for President's Day, and I'm looking forward to that. So I'll have an extra day to rest, hopefully.
Oh, that's what's up. I don't got no days off.
That sucks for you.
It is what it is. But yo, next week we got V-Day coming up, Valentine's Day coming up. Actually, no, it's this week. What am I talking about? Y'all got any ideas for what we should do? I'm kind of running out of ideas. It's like our 10th Valentine's Day, so I'm kind of running low. Y'all could shoot me some ideas so I could get something popping. We're gonna post a question. Y'all let us know what we're gonna do or what we should do. And if y'all get a good enough idea, we'll definitely take pictures and tag you in it and be like, yo, appreciate the help.
We will be celebrating on a Saturday, so definitely feel free to hit us up with the options that you think would be best. So we didn't highlight this last week, and we should have. Shame on us. But it is Black History Month. Shouts out to Google, who did an amazing job with their ad about Black History Month.
One of the dopest campaigns I've ever seen.
Okay, well, I was just going to ask you how you felt about it.
Love it.
Okay. I also loved it too. We actually saw it during watching the Super Bowl, and at first we didn't know where they were going with it, but at the end of it all, it just was amazing. So sorry we're late to the conversation, but we did notice it and we thought it was brilliant. Do you have any Black History Month favorites aside from Martin Luther King?
What you mean, like Black leaders that I love?
Black leaders, Black inventors, philanthropists, philosophers, favorite Black someone that you really idolize that came before us, our forefathers, I guess we can say.
Bernie Mac.
Okay. All right.
I mean, Bernie Mac was the funniest man to ever live. God rest his soul. That's one of my favorite Black people on the face of the planet.
Okay.
Just to be honest, I know that wasn't as historic as you was asking, but I don't know. That was just like the first name that just jumped into my mind. That was crazy.
That your favorite Black comedian?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think my favorite comedian is Chris Rock, but there was something about Bernie Mac, yo. I don't know. Like, I don't know why that was just the first thing that I just thought of, but yo, man, shout out to the B-Mac, rest in peace. But I don't know. There's a whole bunch of Black leaders we have to tilt our hats to. Like, I don't know. There's like too many to name. We'll be here forever, but anyone that played a part in just our current freedom today, like, you deserve to be honored in many ways than one, and not just for a month, but throughout the whole course of the year. So by the time I get to having kids, I'm teaching them about Black history and Haitian history, 365, because I know the school that I'm gonna have them in, and I'm gonna teach them nothing about that, because I'm still learning new stuff about Black leaders to this day that I definitely ain't learning in high school I went to.
Well,
no shade to SHP.
Oh snap. One of my favorite Black leaders, and I almost forgot his name, but I remember doing a historical essay during Black History Month. And I think it was junior high, I'm not sure. But I remember doing one on Toussaint Louverture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he was known as the general and best known leader of the Haitian Revolution. And I learned more about him through my dad, actually, when I was doing this essay. And it was very interesting when I was doing it with my dad, because my dad is just a book of knowledge and he just spits out political facts like it's nothing. So I think that he was one of my favorites that I had to write about. I wrote about a lot. Like every year I had to write about someone, and I thought that he was the most interesting. And I think he was a favorite because I did it with my dad, and I didn't really do a lot of unless it was math or something. I didn't really do a lot of projects with my parents. I don't want to say that. I didn't do very heartfelt or deep projects with my parents a lot. And so that was something that I really like. So I'm always going to stick with that. Yeah, and he was a general and a leader for Haiti too. So that was a win-win.
Yeah, it's funny. I think the first like historical, like I won't say Black leader, but like inventor I learned when I was younger was George Washington Carver.
Yeah, he was one of them. Yep.
And I knew that because Nickelodeon used to
They
have this. They used to have this little Black History Month like commercials and stuff. And I remember them talking about him invented peanut butter and that whole process. So that was one of the first Black inventors I heard of. But they also like if you think about like the stoplight, the hair dryer, all of that stuff was invented by like a Black person.
Yep.
So and our presence was definitely felt in this country, and a lot of things, and our brain power created like just modern day appliances that everybody uses. So
right,
you gotta tilt our hat for the Black mind, the sophisticated, intelligent Black mind. You always have to honor and respect those who came before us, and all those smart people that led the way for us. So much respect and much love to all of them. And always keep in mind that it's Black History Month, and we kind of heighten it this month, but keep that fist up all year. You know what I'm saying? Rock the clothes all year. Learn the knowledge all year. Teach your kids all year. It ain't just this month, and which is ironically the shortest month of the year. But whatever, we ain't gonna talk about that. But hold that pride all year. You know what I'm saying? And continue to boast and brag like it's February, all through the summer, all through the fall, all through the winter, because that's what we need to do.
But I think we actually are doing a better job of doing that. Like, we are very, very aware of our Blackness nowadays. Like, it's out there. It's gotten a lot better. We don't really stick to this month, and I just saw a meme about that where somebody says, you know what? I'm Black, but this month I'm Black, blackity, black, and more Black. Like, I just saw a meme that way where they actually express that, they show that their Blackness, and they express that they acknowledge that we are people of color. We wear hair like this, we dress like this, we speak this way. Not necessarily speak in slang terminology, but we also are articulate. So we've done way better with making sure that we express our Blackness, and it's not just this month. So I do think that. And it's so funny that you mentioned that, because I thought about that last week, thinking about Morgan Freeman's comment that he didn't really care about Black History Month because that's the shortest month of don't quote me on this, but I remember him saying something we should be expressing our Blackness every day. And I think that we've done a lot better with that. And it helps that we now have a lot of platforms that are for us, by us, and even though the Shade Room is a little ratchet sometimes, but that's still a platform that we can go to get a lot of our ratchetness, our news, our history sometimes, and even like businesses. Like, they're promoting a lot of Black-owned businesses now. So it's just like we're starting to really develop these great avenues of being Black, and we're owning it. And I mean, we're still getting hated on for it even more, but I just love to see that. I love to see that. And we're highlighting Black love and, Black business, Black women, Black men. It's just like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. It's not covered or shadowed or, and I know that some unfortunate events has occurred for this to really like skyrocket, but it's nice to see that we're doing it and owning it.
Yeah, be overt with your blackness. You know what I'm saying? Be overt with it. Have a sense of pride and walk with your head held high and understand that it's a privilege to be black. You know what I'm saying? And it's honestly a blessing. I should wear a dashiki to work tomorrow just to, rub it in everybody's face. I was like during a board meeting. Like just to add some spice to what's going on. Like I got a couple of black shirts. I mean, like pro black shirts. I'm gonna have to wear them to work this week. A couple of them just to let everybody know what the deal is. Cause
have you ever worn a shirt?
I have. Yeah. I have a shirt. Shout out to my man Yusri from Philly. He has a clothing line. What's the name? And I have a shirt that says I think bold, black, and brilliant. I wore that to work once, but I don't know. I gotta wear that again. It didn't count. Like that was like a day like barely anybody was there. Like, and I was like, man, everybody was supposed to see this. So I don't know. I might wear that this Friday or something. So
I have never worn black t-shirts. I'm sorry, black t-shirts. I've worn black t-shirts.
You know what you mean?
I've never worn.
No, you have. I remember you wore the Africa hoodie with the. I still got the picture.
Well, that's because we had a. It was just last year, a black and brown event for Black History Month.
We should wear that tomorrow. Why not? Wear it again.
I've never worn, I want to say, Hot Topic shirts. Like I have a Black Girls Matter or Black Girls, what did I say?
Black Girl Magic. Black
Girl Magic t-shirt, and I've never worn it to work.
Why not?
I feel that, and I'm not afraid to, I just feel like they're not ready for the conversation. And I'm not ready to.
You're ready for the conversation.
I don't think I'm ready to give that conversation. Really, honestly,
it's actually a conversation you don't even really have to have.
I don't, but I know that
they just know that what it is.
I don't want to make, and this is not even. This is all honesty. Like really, I don't want to, and I don't like confrontation, so I don't want to come to work with a very it's not controversial. It's just like, it's kind of like opening up a can of worms that I'm not ready to school you on because I know you're going to piss me off or frustrate me.
What kind of people are there? What do you think they're going to say? Like, what? You don't have any magic? They're going to say something like that?
No, they're not going to say that. They'll be like, oh, Black Girl Magic, huh? Like, I don't know. Like, so, I saw that, Shelly wore a t-shirt that was about blacks. And, like, we don't really talk about those tough topics at work. Well, in my department, actually. And so I just feel like...
So I would assume they wouldn't say nothing at all. Like, they would just, all right, acknowledge that for what it is, keep it moving.
They would. Or maybe somebody
Or maybe behind your back. But,
yeah, and I'm just not...
But I don't,
I don't want to get on my Amanda Seales wave at work. So I'm just going to, like, keep it moving. Keep it where it's not needed. And then when it's appropriate... I feel it's because I don't know. I feel like everybody can be themselves, but I don't know. I just don't feel like that's something that I need to bring.
You can. If you actually wanted to, don't let that hold you back. Don't let that.
No, I don't have a problem with wearing. Again, I'm not afraid to. I just feel like, you know what? Let me just leave this here. I'll wear this. It's okay. I could rock it anytime. And if somebody ever sees me, it's not a problem. I will never be embarrassed because I know I own it. You know what I mean? It's not a thing. It's just like, I guess, yeah. It's just not something I'm ready to kind of just, like, do.
I just feel like anybody else would, like, rep their heritage or whatever. Like,
anybody else?
We could do the same.
See, that's a conversation that we should talk about at some point. I don't think that's very, very well received. Like, even if they say it, because we're all about diversity and inclusion now, it's not as received as you think it is. Because they can wear it. They can be open about it.
They could do. When I wear a shirt, it don't got nothing to do with nobody that's there. That's me. And if you're not gonna tell me to take it off, you're not gonna tell me to do anything regarding. You can say something. You're not gonna like that's about me. I just want to wear this today. I wear this every day. It's my chill day. I'm gonna wear this to work. And then however you feel about it got nothing to do with me. That's how I feel.
You think that they won't tell me to take nothing off?
Hell, what you got on?
They're not gonna tell me to take anything off.
Oh no, what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Like if it's not serious to the point where they're actually telling you like, yo, don't wear that, yo, don't. Then why not wear what you represent and what you're proud of? You feel me? Like they're not like what because of a possible conversation and then a conversation about what. And nothing's worth it. It's like you feel me. It's like nothing's
just
worth it.
Let
nothing
you
they're gonna
live
say.
With the T-shirt. That's basically it.
Yeah, I'm saying like there's nothing that they're gonna do or say that can make you feel like, damn it, you know what? I shouldn't have worn this today. Like nothing they're gonna do is.
No,
is
I know
bad.
that. I don't know. Maybe it's just a I don't know. I first of all work in a corporate setting, and it's very very not like corporate, but it's still corporate. We can't forget that it's still corporate. And so if you wear certain things, there's just certain things that you just need to know not to wear. Like you're not gonna.
I'm just saying, like
it's hard to explain
on a casual Friday type day, on a casual day, like you know how people normally.
Every day is casual in my world.
I don't know.
Like, I just feel like it's just a conversation that I'm not ready to dive into with any of my coworkers. And if they,
it's a conversation you don't have to dive into. Is what I'm saying. Like if you don't feel like having a conversation, you don't have to have any conversation. You don't have to talk to anybody. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you do have to talk to your coworkers. What are you talking about?
No, you can talk to them about work. You say you're not ready to have that conversation about what you're wearing. You don't have
just say, hey, so where'd you get that shirt from? Or what does that mean? Or what does that speak to? Like, there's some people who are ignorant.
All right, and I'll just be like, yo, that's what that is, and that's it. And then like, if you know when a conversation is starting to steer away, you don't want it to go. You can shut that right down.
Okay, for example,
keep it moving.
For example, if I wear, because I have a T-shirt that talks about God, right?
Okay.
If I wear that to work,
that'd be easier to wear than a pro-black shirt.
Why do you say that?
Because you're going to find more people that's pro-God than pro-black out here. God is black and white. Pro-black is just black. Like, you feel me? Like, you're going to come across...
I like how you said that that's easier to wear. Because it's just like, that's a conversation that may or may not happen that will be tough to talk about. And I'm just not there yet.
I don't know what will be tough to talk about wearing a shirt with like a Bible verse on or something like that because
not everybody is pro-God either.
No, but I'm saying that it's more likely to come across people that actually, believe in God and believe in the higher power than people that are actually so pro-black. You understand what I'm saying? Like if I wear a shirt that just says Trayvon Martin, like there's some people that believe Trayvon Martin deserve what he got. And then there's people like us who believe that it was a complete travesty. Like, I got a Trayvon Martin shirt. I remember I wore it to Retro Fitness once in PA. Nobody said nothing, but I'm starting to remember right now. I don't know if I was getting away. I think I got a couple of looks, but nobody said nothing, whatever. My point is, like, if you wear something like, that says Jesus saves or like, WWJD or, got Jesus, them shirts.
They'll
God
be more
dope.
Prone to you.
No, I'm saying like not they'll. It's more accepting. It's more accepting because you're gonna find the world is full of the world. I think it's like 90% Christians. Like it's in the 90th percentile. Okay, but not especially in America.
We would live still in a world that in that 10th percentile is a lot of people around us who really could care less. Okay,
but you can't prioritize the 10th over the 90th.
I'm not prioritizing. I'm just saying, just like how you said. It'd be easier to wear a Christian shirt. I don't know if that's true because I think I guess it'd be more, but I think that it would still start a conversation where it's kind of like, who is really God? Like, like, is he really, really existing? Like, I just don't know if I believe in a person that I've never seen before. And it's just like,
I'm not saying that that's not
conversations that I'm just not.
I'm not saying that that's not true. Like that can definitely happen with people.
Okay.
But I'm saying that it's just less likely. Like you're more likely to fight. If you're working in a I'm just talking about like if you're working in corporate America, bunch of white people, for a fact that not a lot of them are gonna agree with a lot of our ideology, especially if you get to talking about certain things like those buzz topics like police brutality, things of that nature. Nah, it's if I come across just random people in their life, even at my job, I'm sure a lot of them really believe wholeheartedly in the things that the police are doing, and they really ride with it. And maybe there's a few of them that really don't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of give or take. You don't really know. But if you wear a shirt that says God first, like you're not gonna catch somebody I just think that's less likely to start a controversial conversation as opposed to wearing a shirt that says Black Power. I just feel like I feel like it'll be different, in my personal opinion, because that white person probably been following God his whole life, but a white person that just is so for Black Power, I think that's a bit more or less likely than a white man that follows Christ. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I just think that's what it is. I think it's just I'm not saying that what you're saying is would not happen. I just think it's less likely in this particular situation. I feel like if you wear a shirt that's pro-Black, it'll be more of a different feel. You don't know what you'll get with that. You're not sure. If you wear a shirt that's pro-God, people might just see it, recognize you for, oh, she's a Christ follower, and just leave it alone. They'll be like, oh, probably think to themselves, oh, amen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it'll be more in that kind of situation.
I don't know. I'm just not there. I mean, I guess it makes sense because there are some people who are very like forward and are ready to have those conversations. Like, I pass by people's desks and they just have, photos or flags of certain things that I don't agree with, and I choose not to.
What kind of flag are you talking about?
Not like swastika flags or
something
like that.
I'm not thinking swastika. You said a flag you don't agree with. Immediately I thought it was Confederate, but never mind.
Yeah, no. I just don't feel that that's what I want to do. Like, at my desk, I do have a Christian book, and there's another book that says keep calm and trust God. So, like, it's there. Like, I'm not hiding it, and I'm not embarrassed. It's just that.
But have you heard anything about that?
Actually, somebody approached me about it, but she was a follower of God, and she was like, I love how. Perfect question. Thank you. She said, I love how you're so open with this and how bold it is that you put it right on your desk. I was like, what do you mean? Well, I didn't say what do you mean. I was like, thank you.
She was Black or white?
She was white.
Okay.
She's white, but her family comes from somewhere, not in the UK, but somewhere over there. She said, I love how you have the courage to do that so openly and just put it right there. Not many people would do that. And I was like, well, somebody will need it. And she was like, I love that because it encourages me too. So you see what I'm saying? It's just like,
yeah,
not many people would be overt with it, especially at work. With me, it's like, I'm okay because, like, if that was the case, if I was embarrassed of who I am, I wouldn't have gone with the Africa shirt or the dashiki wrap on my head. Like, I wouldn't have gone it because I would have been embarrassed. I wouldn't be okay with that. Like, I'm okay with who I am. I just feel like it could have been, you need to take that off your desk. Because not everybody is religious like you or something. It could have been that.
She and
I wouldn't have been ready for that. I would have.
You wouldn't be ready.
No, I would have been so heated that I would have lost my Christianity for 2 seconds. I'm still trying to get to my saved and sanctified life here. I just feel like I'm not ready to have those conversations with people who are ignorant. Number one, and number two is just like, it's just like I cannot believe we're still here in these times. And it's just like, I'm not ready to dive in to I don't know what to call it. I don't know. Go ahead. Sorry. Say what you're going to say.
No, that's cool. I'm just saying that, well, one, you don't have to wear whatever you don't want to wear. You don't have to do anything.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one.
But I was just trying to explain it to you.
No, I get it. Two, if you do want to wear that, don't let the possible chance of a controversial conversation stop you. And also understand that you're in control of that. You don't have to have a conversation with anybody. If somebody tells you, like, from what you have on your desk, what you is somewhat, I don't know if offensive, whatever. Like, if it's not interrupting anything with the job, if it's nothing that they can report, you tell them to kick rocks and jump off a bridge.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, if this is your personal setting.
Okay. Let me just clear something up. I'm not letting them stop me from wearing what I want to wear. I'm just not allowing myself to to open the door to divulge in conversation that I'm not ready to have.
No, I understand that, but yet you still have your Christian belongings at your desk, so it can still open a conversation, correct? But you're not even thinking about that. You're thinking this is me,
Yeah,
this is
that
what
was a
represents
choice
me.
of mine. Yeah.
Yeah, so
But not everybody sees my desk.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, well, she saw it, like just how she saw it, anybody could
She's
see
on
it.
my she's on my team though.
Okay.
But that means me walking in that shirt throughout the entire building because I walk a lot and I'm always moving. So that's just like me showcasing everything. You know what I mean? It's like it's a different story.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that, like in this particular situation, she said, it was more positive. But it kind of speaks to my point before, like when that's more something about God. It's like you're not. I don't think you're really gonna catch that backlash like you would if you had like a black fist stickers everywhere or something towards that nature. Like it probably would have been like a different story. I mean, I'm sure some people will respect it, but you know how I just feel like that's more like something Christian is like it's wholesome to people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you go to church, oh, that's really nice. Or that's you catch your few people that don't really rock with it, but it is what it is. As long as you're not like if you're not like shoving Bible verses down somebody's throat, then they'll respect what you do on the religious side, whether or not they indulge in it or not. But in regards to the whole pro black thing, like people have like real feelings about like the these certain topics that correlate within. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
I
you know what I'm saying?
understand.
Like if you get to talking about cops, you get to talking about some of the black boys that were killed and all that stuff. People have like strong feelings about each, and then it just creates this discourse that's like, and then this this disconnect that we have with other races over it, even within our own race. So I don't know. I feel like those are more. I mean, religion. That could be a controversial conversation too. But I just feel like in regards to like the Christian faith, like I feel like you're more or less likely to come across that because there are a lot of Christians out here. A lot of people. Well, there's a lot of people that follow God. If you just put anything regarding God, like I don't think you're gonna catch as much backlash as you would if you have a shirt that says like Mike Brown on it. Because I'm sure there's more people that believe that. Oh, well, actually, Darren Wilson didn't do anything wrong. Like I see that a lot. I feel like it's a little safer from what you promote than what you could be promoting, which is your blackness. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just kind of how I see that. But I mean, it is what it is. Like if I feel it, I'm a stand by it and I'm a rock it regardless of how you feel because that don't matter. Like it's nothing offensive. You know what I'm saying about me wearing anything that promotes like my pride. If somebody takes it that way, then you just gotta just step off, walk away. It's as simple as that. And we don't gotta have no controversial conversation. Like, I don't need to get to an understanding with you today. Like now, like who are you actually? Like you know what I'm saying? Like so, I don't know. That's kind of how I see that.
Okay, I understand that. It makes a lot of sense what you're saying. I still would prefer not to. That's just my stance on it. I think that it's very real that we can still be ourselves and still be black and still be who we are, pretty much. Christian and whatever you believe in, that's you. That's your entitlement. Uh that's a bad word. That's your prerogative. So yeah, that was a very good deep talk topic about Black history. Tell us who your favorite Black history leaders are and who you've always loved. And we'd love to hear your feedback. Go to our Instagram page at the Francois Podcast. We'd love to hear about who your leaders are.
All right, y'all. So another topic we want to get into actually is the topic of meeting your partner's needs. Now, always remember that your core needs are non-negotiable. Successful relationships come down to basic questions about our core needs. And I got them down to there's 4 questions. So there's 1, what do I need in a relationship in order to feel loved, happy, fulfilled, and secure? What do you need in a relationship to feel the same? are you willing to meet my needs in this relationship? And am I willing to meet yours? All right, so let's go through this real quick. So, first one, what do you need in a relationship in order to feel loved, happy, fulfilled, and secure? I'm gonna ask you that question, wife.
So what do I need in this relationship in order to feel loved, happy, fulfilled, and secure? Um I think the top one for me is to just make sure that we commit and stick to a plan. That I kind of just went through that a few episodes ago and touched on it lightly again. I think that once we set a plan and we set a goal, we need to have a clear understanding and set clear expectations of meeting that goal and how we are going to consider one another and achieving the goal, and just stick to the plan that we've already had in play. Um, Part of that also means that I think with us especially, it's kind of like you're a different person than I am. So it's kind of like we need to find a happy medium of how to be successful together. Like your basic bash, I'm structured Shelly. We need to find a happy medium of how to fulfill each other while not completely shifting our our personalities.
That's probably the main struggle. Like, um, I don't know. I'm just a certain way, and she's a certain way, and we constantly go back and forth over that because, like, I'm think I'm just being me, but being me at times is not fulfilling what she needs, and so I gotta like stop being selfish and sacrifice that and put that to the side, so I'm able to effectively give her what she wants and not just hang my head on the whole. You know what? This is me. This is how I've been. You know what I'm saying? Because that could get toxic. You know what I'm saying? And that's toxicity is not what we need early in this relationship or early in this marriage. So that's something that I realize and something that I'm actively like, well, trying my best to actively work through.
I think it's a matter of mind state in that topic or in the subtopic. I think that what I hear you saying is that you have to put your actions or your mind or your mental state to the side in order to fulfill mine. But can you look at it in a lens where it's like, I know that this is, how could I say, it's like I just have to consider her feelings. I have to consider the way that she likes it. And it's not entirely sacrificing my entire feelings about it. It's just like I want to also make her happy as well. Does that mean that you also have to shift your things to the side?
Yeah, I mean, well, you have to sacrifice a bit of something to get
Okay.
what you want, and so I could sacrifice a piece of that. Like I don't have to completely change who I am. I just have to make room for that way of thinking. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay. So
So
then,
that's what I need to do. But that it's hard. I could do that sometimes. But the challenge is doing that all the time. I'll do it one day, fail for 2 days. Do it good for 2 days, fail for another three. That's the problem. It's the inconsistency.
mhm.
So I think that's really what it is, and I'm definitely working through that. I mean, I'm at least able to recognize the problem. It's just being able to really find the solution. Well, I know what the solution is, but just acting on it, which is actually one of her love languages, is act of service. So I gotta do more than I say.
Bringing me to my next point. Do things without being told to or told twice. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe I need to invest in a bullhorn because your boy right here would have me say things not just twice, maybe three times, four times. I don't know how many times, but it would just be like, did you do this? Oh, yeah. Did you do this? I don't know. Maybe it's a marriage thing. The wife just always has to make sure that the husband is on point by making sure that he does it and asking multiple times. So maybe it's a marriage thing, and maybe this is something, I don't want to say this because maybe it's something that can be changed. But that's something that I feel like that is my need. I just need you to do it. I don't know. The way that I operate is that unless I forget and unless it's very, very busy day for me, if you say something, babe, like, just can you do this or do you want to do this? I'll go ahead and do it. And matter of fact, I will just give you a plan of how we're going to do this. And it just is done. he does not work that way, so it's just hard. But that's something that'll meet my needs. Quality time. I have noticed over the last few years I developed this need for it, to spend a lot of quality time, even if we're not in the same room or we're not in the same area. The fact that he's just around, you know, breathing the same air that I'm breathing, or just being around me, is just enough. It's just enough. Like, he could be in the living room watching TV and I'm in the room doing something, or I'm using the restroom. It's just enough for me that we're spending dedicated time together. Whereas we're both very busy and he's out of the house or I'm out of the house, or we're doing our respective things or hobbies and we're just not together. I like the fact that we are together now. And that was never me. So now it's become a need of mine, because I'm just like, hey, where are you? I miss you. I need to just see your face, or, you know, I want to be in his arms, or let's just watch TV and fall asleep on the couch together. That's our thing. So I like that. I just love that. And that's a need of mine.
Let me speak to that real quick. I've noticed this over the past couple of months. So when we had got married, I was talking to my uncle about this today. I had I ended up developing like this small fear that I was gonna become like the lazy husband, don't do nothing. I got married, I'm relaxing, I'm chilling. I'm I just wasn't doing much, and I was like that for like the first like 6 months. So actually probably a little more than that. So I decided to kick it into high gear and like just do a whole bunch of things on the side. Like I kicked it up with the music, and started doing like video work on the side, and then later on, towards the end of last year, I decided to do this tour situation. I go to the gym more. Like I'm just trying to elevate my life in other avenues, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to fail at being a devoted husband too. And I gotta keep in mind that quality time is just as important as all of that. And that was the kind of thing I started. It's like I got 2018 was so tumultuous that when 2019 hit, I was like, yo, I'm just relaxing, which is what we was doing, and that's nothing wrong with that. But I thought I was gonna get to the point where I'm just like not working out like that. I'm eating whatever. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not doing nothing. And I was like, yo, if I don't check this now, this is gonna be who I am for like the next couple of years. So I just started doing a whole bunch of stuff. But now it's kind of hitting me because I'm still like actively in it now. I'm just like, yo, I gotta make some time and be with the wife. So today, like, I was gonna do a couple of things, but I just deaded everything. Like, let me just come home and just relax with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I have to prioritize that and understand that's just as equally as important as all the things I'm doing on the side. So that's mentally where I'm at with it. But that's so I'm realizing the importance of quality time. And like, back in the day, it wasn't like that. She was more busier than me. I was the one on some like, yo, let's chill, let's go out, let's do this, and she was doing this, that, and that. So it kind of flipped. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had to like adjust to that. So I mean, that's one of the main things I noticed over time. But I mean, I realized that that's another thing I know I gotta do. Just I gotta manage my time wisely and have my priorities straight.
All right. Thank you, babe. And this is not the last, but this is the last I could think of. Is I need you to cook and clean and put in towards the chores.
I'll do that.
I need you to do it a little bit more often.
I'm always tidying something up around here. That's a fact, though. Sometimes I wake up early in the morning and do it, like at 6 something.
Okay. If you say so. I think we should go. And again, we're the type of couple that does everything half and half. So, yes, I'm the domestic wife. Yes, I make sure he's fed. Make sure that he got everything he needs. Soap is in the storage closet. Toothbrush. I just bought a toothbrush for you, by the way, and you didn't even have to ask me. Brings me back to the time you bought deodorant and didn't even get me one. So Sorry, that just brought back that. I just got my
How
feelings.
about just the very last time I bought you water? But
I'm just saying.
You jumped.
I'm sorry.
Way back when I didn't do it and skipped the most recent time when I did
you're right.
it.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. That just goes to my point, though.
Highlight my wins, man, not my losses.
Okay. You have been doing great with considering me. So I think the last thing is just I need you to kind of be consider. You know what? I want to say this. I feel like we've both been busy, and as soon as we get home, we get lazy.
Oh no, that's me.
That's you every day.
100%. I don't want to do nothing the minute I put my key in the door.
But I
just finished doing everything, but the house got to be taken care of.
But you know what? That's what I'm saying. I feel like with me, there are times where I would just swallow that laziness and get stuff done. And I haven't noticed you swallowing the laziness. You're like, it's all right, what are we going to order?
Hold up, I be ordering because you be wanting me to order.
No, that's not true.
You be like, yo, I'll just be out. I'm like, yo, what you want? And you don't be
you
like,
tell me
you don't be like, hey, you know what? We can just cook something. You be like, nah, let me get a 2-piece. You start putting your order in. So I'm like, all right, so I go get it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you would say, hey, what you want? I would want you to come home and make me a meal.
Why don't you be saying that when I say what you want?
That's all you need?
What you
That's all you need?
What you mean that's all I need?
That's all you need? You want me to say?
Why aren't you effectively telling me what you want? When I throw an order out there, you just when I throw a question out there, you just give me your order off the rip. So it lets me know that that's
I've
what you want.
noticed times where I would say, babe, you would put out the meat, right? There were times where you put out the meat and you wouldn't touch it until the next few days because you're like, I don't feel like doing it right now. I'm a little lazy. I don't feel like doing it. So I'm thinking that you don't want to do it.
That's not every single time, though.
Well, I'll tell you that every single time, and let's see how this goes.
I've left it out every time. I've left it out sometimes, and I've cooked it. Like I got meat out right now. I'm about to cook, but I'm saying like when I don't think it's a. I feel like you're down with the outside food because a lot of times you suggest it as but maybe a lot of times you suggest it as well.
Yes, I do, but I'm just saying that there are times where I'll just like, okay, well, let me make you something to eat. I know for a fact that I'm tired and I'm sleepy and I had a long day.
Those are the days you order.
That's not true. What are you talking about? I was tired and sleepy today, and didn't I stand over the stove and make you some dinner? Matter of fact, it was so, you want to talk about overt? You put the pasta out, right? You put the meat out, and you were like, okay, babe, tell me when you want to start making dinner.
Yeah, set it up. I did that for you.
But didn't you catch me sleeping earlier?
What, in the whip?
Yeah.
Yeah, you was tired.
Okay, so I'm willing to do that because I know you're hungry. And I know you want to eat. So I'm like, okay, let me make him some dinner.
I mean, I get you,
You don't do that to me.
But sweetheart, we can't sit here and act like that be your day-to-day. You be tired, you go home and go to sleep.
I started off by saying we're both tired and we're both lazy. But there are times where I can swallow up that lazy, and I don't think you have.
But sweetheart,
that's all I'm trying to say.
Baby, anytime you've seen me do something around here, I've swallowed my lazy.
Oh, really?
With anything I've done around here, any cleaning I've done, any cooking I've done, I've swallowed my lazy because I just could have been lazy. I chose not to be.
Okay.
So like I know what that feels like. Maybe you do it a bit more than me.
Okay.
But I know how to suck it up and do something that I don't want to do. I do it every morning from 9 to 5.
Okay.
Like we both know how to do that. I mean, granted, that's getting us money, but in regards to coming home, like. I've done that. I've definitely done that. Now, maybe I don't do it as often as you like. Okay. So I guess and I understand that that's the point you're trying to make. So I get that. But
no, I was saying I don't think you do it at all. But I mean, if that's what you're saying, then maybe it's not enough.
And that's wild because you just basically saying that you not realizing all the times I actually do. No, because I think
when you cook, you want to cook. I don't think you swallowing up any laziness. I think it's because you want to.
Well, it's also because I have to. We have to. I'd rather not spend money on food.
I understand, but I thought that was because you wanted to cook, not because you were lazy, but you were like, you know what, let me do it anyway. I never knew that was the case.
I mean, sometimes I wanted to cook, but not every time I cooked I wanted to. It was because I just want us to have some regular home-cooked food in the house for a couple of days.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know you was.
You thought every time I cooked, because I only did it because I wanted to, every single time I cooked?
Yeah.
Yo, it
Because
gotta be done.
there was a lot more times where you're like, I don't feel like it, and you just sat it out.
No,
So every time you cook, you just don't feel like it?
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying that every time I cooked, there were times I wanted to, and there was times I didn't. But my point is, I got it done because it needed to get done.
Okay, all right. Well, I think we definitely can go with your point. It just needs to be more consistent.
Understood. That I could agree with.
What I want to add to that, now that I think about, is I think I have a need for getting stuff done in a timely manner. So I don't know how else I could break this down. It's just like, look, we need to do this and we need to do it now. Or we need to do this and this is when we need to, like, it's just like, let's start planning to get this done. Let's start planning to get this done. I need this to be very clear. Just getting stuff done, not when it's like, oh yeah, we'll get it done. Or, yeah, we're going to work it out. Or what's your coin phrases?
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
But we will figure it out. We want to know what's funny about that?
Jesus.
You hate that phrase, but then we end up figuring it out.
Last minute, sweets.
Not all the time, baby.
Yes, all the time.
Not all the time.
Yes, all the time.
You'll bring up something. I'm like, yo, babe, it's 10:45. We're not gonna do this now, right? So we'll do that tomorrow. Maybe the weekend.
This is such a bad example. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just talking about you bringing up something and you talk about how urgent it needs to get done. I'm like, all right, but me and you both know it's not that urgent to get it done tonight, right? Like, no, we're not about to go back out in the car and grab a battery for the remote. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could do that.
Oh my God.
I know, I'm exaggerating here, but I'm just saying, like...
Just say something real. Let's think of a real
example.
I'm
just saying, like, but it'll be a situation that's not necessarily... It's not time sensitive.
Okay, it is time sensitive.
To you, because you just want to get it done quicker, but there's no consequence to not getting it done today.
I think we're just
I think that's just my frame of that's my frame of thinking, that, and I understand that's the normal.
We're never gonna agree to this.
That's the difference between us. Like, I think you think right now, I think tomorrow's okay. Now, granted, right now is good. Tomorrow, that's fine too, but it's just all about how we see it. That's the disconnect. So, we working through that, y'all.
Yeah, I don't know, but okay. So I think those are some of the things that I wanted to point out in terms of meeting my needs. I think this just goes back to structured Shelly and basic Bash when it comes to my needs. You want to take the mic, and do your thing?
Yeah, it's about damn time. Let me tell you about the stuff I need around here.
Which I meet all the time. Go ahead.
Stop. Don't do that. Do not do that.
Go.
All right. Let's see. Well, one, I need you to cook breakfast, lunch, dinner every single day for the rest of your life.
Can you be serious?
I put the key in the door, and if I don't smell something baking, and if the house is not warm,
can you be serious?
If you're not fanning the smoke from the fire alarm, from the smoke alarm, if the windows ain't open,
whatever,
I turn around and I go back outside and find me some food. You cook for me every day. You got that?
Right.
That was pretty sexist, but hold on. One of my needs, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I do like. I'm not gonna lie. I do like come. I know that's not the case all the time. It probably won't be the case all the time, but I love coming home to food. I feel when that's done for me, I personally just feel special. I feel like, yo, this is a special thing because I'm not necessarily used to that. I haven't been used to that for a number of years.
Aww.
Like, ever since I left, I mean, I was used to that, at my home, like with my parents and all that. Mm-hmm. But when I left, when you go to college and you start your adult life, like, you eat when, you go make that happen when it's time to eat. So now, like, living with you and then, like, coming home to, like, food, like, it's, maybe, now that I think about it, maybe it's not necessarily a need. It's like I think it's more of a want, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's more of I don't know, it's just something that I particularly really like. Every time you do it, like, I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, Like I can't. It'd be wrong for me to expect you to do that every day.
Mm-hmm.
But if you did that like 3 days.
What, I don't do 3 days?
Out the week, every week, of course not. But like, if you
did, you're such a liar,
sweetheart. Did you cook at all last week?
No, we can't talk about these times.
How about
we've been busy for the last few months?
Okay, so that means that you haven't cooked.
Oh, you're just saying that you want that consistently.
It's like, see, here's the funny thing. See, now I feel wrong saying that because
busy.
Then so that means that particular.
But when you get that, you know, in a week I cook 3 or 4 times.
Not 4. Probably like.
Oh, he's gonna lie to the people.
I'm not lying, baby. You cook and we eat that for a couple of days.
All right.
So you might cook twice.
Look, you ain't never gonna get food the rate you're going.
Yeah, you remember when she was discussing her needs and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna work on this, I'm gonna work on that. Just letting y'all know how it goes around here.
No, he's just trying to call me out for the last few months. Mind you, you could have been in the kitchen cooking too.
Yeah, we was both busy, right?
Oh, the busy card comes out and it works well for you, right? But it doesn't work well for me.
Yeah, I'm a hypocrite. Nah, let me move on to the next. I'm just gonna call it what it is.
I cannot stand you.
All right.
Oh my God.
So, all right. Well, that's one for me. All right. 2, I'm not gonna lie, and this might kind of seem wrong because it kind of combats for her quality time, but I need some me time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like I need, like when I come home, I don't like a bunch of questions. I don't like a whole lot of conversations about, I don't know. Sometimes I just like 45 minutes of silence. Like, I'm either just in my phone, I might be thinking of a verse, I might just put something on the TV, and I just like to just zone out. And I realized the only time I really have my me time is on my drive to work and my drive home. And then the gym sometimes.
You know what's funny?
But sometimes I just kind of like my me time. I don't want a whole lot of it because I enjoy our us time. And I love our quality time. But I realized the importance of Sebastien just locking himself in a closet for a little minute.
In the closet?
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, just being away for a little bit. It just,
be that deep.
You need that sometimes. So that's a need of mine. I'm not gonna lie. So I'll say that for a fact.
Babe,
what's up?
You know what's funny? You have completely changed. You have completely changed.
How?
You are a different person now. Because the fact that you say and stress that you need you time, you never used to be like that. You always wanted us time.
But baby,
you always wanted me and you time. Aside from school and go ahead, say what you want to say.
I'm listening.
Aside from school and always going to the studio, like that was just your that's what you put yourself into. But then you've always wanted my time. So now that we're living together, it's so funny that you say you want you time. You don't want me to just talk to you. How's your day? How's everything going? Did you do this? Did you do that? Like you make it seem as though that I don't give you any personal time. And that's never been you. So it's just funny that you highlight that. And I also feel like if I wasn't talking to you, the first thing you would say, what's wrong? What's going on?
That's true.
Why are you so quiet? It's like, I'm fine. I'm just chilling. I'm just relaxed. You're like, you're not really talking much today. So it's just like, do you really want you time or do you want me to be talking to you?
All right, let's address a few things. So, granted, yes, I did change.
Yeah.
And it makes complete sense because all of that time when I wanted us time, I had a whole lot of me time. That studio was me time. That school was somewhat me time. Like I had countless hours of me time. I wanted to change. I wanted us time. I wanted to spend time with you.
Yeah.
Now we have consistent us time. So
you want a balance.
I need the balance. Now,
in regard the balance.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, I kind of have it, but like some. I guess this like here's the thing. When it comes to like the whole like, I'm not saying don't ask me about my day and all that stuff. When- like when we ride home from work together, like when we're riding home and we're on our way to the house.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of normally when we knock all that out. Like that ride home. By the time I get home, kind of want like a little bit of silence. It's like just when I as soon as I get home.
I don't believe that, but okay.
Why don't you believe
I
it?
don't believe it because I feel as though that you. I don't know. It's
I
just
get
like
it. It's not consistent.
How we
Sometimes
interact all the time. It's not consistent.
Because sometimes.
Okay, so maybe there's some days where you kind of just need more extra.
Sometimes, yeah. Like I think when I go to the gym, I had enough me time. If I'm not going to the gym, and I just go home. But then again, I guess it kind of. I know what it is. Maybe it's just. Maybe I should be more specific in regards to how I feel when I get to the crib. Like when we sit down, the minute I touch the couch, like I'm not really trying to do nothing, and I'm not really trying to answer a whole lot of questions. Not a whole lot. Kind of just want to just relax.
Okay.
So if we're having like regular casual conversation, that's cool. But if it's like, yo, where's this, where's that, do this, that, it's like, yo, babe, just give me 30 minutes, I answer all your questions.
Okay. Now that I have the blueprint, don't worry about that.
And in regards to you not talking, in regards to you not like talking, like and me asking what's wrong, like it wouldn't happen in this particular case if you know that I want me time, because now I'm not gonna think to myself, oh, she's not talking, something's wrong. I'll be like, oh, she's giving me my me time. Word, I appreciate it.
What? Okay.
So.
Okay, we'll see. I'll practice what you're preaching right now, and we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I don't say that saying like I want you to be away from me and none of that stuff. Really.
No, I know you don't want me to be away.
Matter
of fact, I'll be away, and then you come follow me.
Yeah, my me time's up.
Yeah. You ain't got no me time. You just come right to me. So I don't believe any of this me time malarkey here. Like, this is just not even happening right now.
My me time is very different.
It depends.
My me time is my drive to work at home, the gym, and then
it depends.
And then at the crib, yeah, it kind of just it might be sporadic. I'm not gonna lie, it might be sporadic. There's times I want to be on you, and then there's times I kind of like. You know when I get my me time?
Okay.
A lot of times, mornings and the weekends. Like
okay,
Sunday morning, since you sleep in, I just wake up. I might tidy up a little bit. Might make a quick gym run. I might go on the couch, start writing, watch a little something. That's cool, Sebastien me time right there. I said Sebastien me time. That's hilarious. But anyway, yeah, that's cool me time right there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if that was like every day, that'd be cool. And that's enough for me to be good for the whole day. Then the rest of the day we can have our quality time.
Okay, sir. I'll follow your blueprint. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, let's see how that goes.
I will definitely keep you guys updated.
All right. Let's see. Another need for me. Hey man, I'm a man. I'm a guy. Definitely have needs on the physical side. We're just gonna be honest here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it tasteful, but we definitely got needs there as well.
Yeah. Makes sense.
In fact, maybe I should have said that first.
What?
if we're doing priorities here.
Yeah.
Damn, hold up. That means I just put that over food. I'm wild.
Yeah. That I don't have nothing to say with that.
I bet.
Yeah.
That's clean. So that's definitely a need of mine. I got a fourth one, but it's just something that I just feel is important to me. I don't know. Well, actually, it is a need. Like, it was one of the things that I always told her. I always told my wife, yo, hit me with the headline. And what I mean by that is, like, let me, like, if you're away, like, the way you communicate sometimes got me thinking that things are worse than they are. I'll be ready to bust a move and have one foot out the door, and then you'll be like, actually, no, everything's fine. Like, you'll say something like, yo, can you believe it? Somebody was in here with a gun. And I'm like, what the hell? And you'll be like, yeah, it was a movie. I'm like, start with the movie.
Babe, I'm watching a movie, and can you believe that somebody came in there with the gun?
Like,
I got you.
Come on, like, just like, I don't know. I'm not trying to just I'm not trying to have my soul drop to the pit of my stomach.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
a lot of times our conversations be like that. It'll be in.
And I don't even realize it though.
I know. I've noticed that. There's certain things you don't realize. Certain things you don't realize.
My brain does not picture that for you.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you're on. Yeah, your brain doesn't realize. Your brain also don't realize when you're sometimes being insensitive too.
Yeah, I am still working on that.
But you know what I'm saying? So those are. I mean, I guess those are a couple things that just jump to mind when I think of like needs of mine, and that's kind of it. I mean, it ain't really. I don't really think I'm that hard to please, to be honest with you. I'm really basic, relaxed kind of guy. I don't know, man. I be chilling. Like I don't require much. You know what I'm saying? Just, I mean, in regards to needs, if you want to throw the basic stuff in there, like the being mentioned, like loyalty and support and the love and the
those are the
passion,
core.
all that stuff. Yeah, those are the, you know what I'm saying? Like all
Yeah.
that stuff. Mm-hmm. And like, but I feel like that's already understood.
Mm-hmm.
And we already got that down packed, so we kind of good there. So we just mentioning some of the extras right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yo, all right, to circle back to that second question, remember the 4 questions that I asked earlier. What do you need in a relationship to feel the same?
To feel the same in terms of fulfillment of needs?
Yeah.
Well, we just went through.
Yeah, we basically just went through all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, third question, are you willing to meet my needs in this relationship? In fact, let me just ask you and look you in your eye. Are you willing to meet my needs?
Absolutely.
In this relationship? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think that's what a partnership is supposed to be about. We're supposed to be able to be willing to meet each other's needs. Now, if it's some needs that you didn't sign up for and you're not, it's kind of like too deep. Like if you're into like, I'm just gonna go as far as like killing people, then no. Like it has to be rational, it has to be logical, it has to be something that I'm okay with.
Killing
you know what
people,
I mean?
God, you went.
I just went out there.
Yeah,
you know,
went all the way out there.
Yeah.
You left the house, left the city, left the state.
I don't know, something that you're just not willing to be down with. That is actually okay, and like if you say to somebody like, "Okay, I see why you
just
didn't
don't
go there."
You don't sacrifice your morals.
Oh,
that's basically
exactly. You don't sacrifice. Now, like, if it's something
if your partner has needs that you know and what you have to sacrifice a bit of yourself to do, and when I mean I'm talking about like sacrifice like your core values.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're gonna have to check that partner. Like,
yeah, you might want to rethink this.
I don't get down like that, and you shouldn't either.
Yeah,
because you shouldn't want your partner to. I wouldn't want you to sacrifice any value of yours for me.
Okay,
you know I don't want you to do that. That's
right.
not gonna feel right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're really into like I don't know, like if you're really into church or anything spiritual, whatever, like I'm not gonna tell you to stop going because I'd rather have you doing this on Sunday.
Right.
Like that ain't right. That's a part of you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't do that like that. And nothing that's anything that's your values and morals. That's who you are. That's how you live. That's what you live by.
And that's why you're together, right?
Exactly. That's what attracted. That's what I like. Learning your morals.
Yeah.
You learning mine. Learning your values. Learning mine.
Right.
That's what effectively got us together in the first place.
Right.
And
so absolutely, are you willing to meet mine?
Absolutely, I am. It'd be a struggle sometimes for me. I'm not gonna stop, but. Like, I'm definitely willing to step up to the challenge.
I meet your needs.
Yeah, I mean, most of them, yeah, some of them, yeah.
All right, so I'll give you more me time then. Fine.
No, it's cool. Like, listen, I'm willing to meet every single need you got. I'm definitely willing. That's why I wouldn't have put a ring on your finger if I wasn't willing to step up to the plate and do everything I needed to do as a man. All honesty. Yeah. Now I knew that. I mean, nothing's gonna be easy, and it's just not gonna be that simple. But I'm definitely willing to do all of that. It's just adapting that mind state, not being selfish at times, and just being able to, put your partner first when they need to be put first, and prioritizing. So that's basically all it is for me. So I'm definitely willing to do that.
I agree.
All right.
Thanks for agreeing to be willing.
Of course. Of course. I mean, that's what I got to do. It's my job. It's our job. It's our job in this marriage. So,
right.
So we got like 3 recipes for success
We got the tips,
We
y'all.
got the tips, and we're gonna end off with these tips right over here. Recipe for success. If you want to effectively meet your partner's needs, one, I would say, first, effectively communicate your needs. You got to let your partner know exactly what those needs are. Be very specific. I like this done this way. I like this at this time. I like this at this place. Like, just.
That's a lot of specifics.
I mean, well, just be. I mean, if you are that specific, I mean, just be specific with what you like and what you need.
Okay, but the person sometimes, and I'm just gonna keep it to us. I mean, we're not professionals. We're just telling our story.
That's a fact.
And my story is, I am specific, but you forget. So what about people who deal with that?
But that's
you don't understand.
But my thing is, that's on me. Like, you did your job of communicating that.
Okay.
Now it's on me to just. Here's the thing: when you're communicating it correctly.
Yeah.
In regards to me either forgetting or not doing it, that's just on me. Either just being forgetful.
Yeah.
Or just not taking certain things seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
That's all on me. I'm like, that's the thing that's what you gotta check within yourself. Well, I'll just say for me, that's what I gotta check within myself, because you did your job. It's not like you were unclear and then I didn't deliver because I was like, yo, babe, why didn't you just say that in the first place? You feel me? It's not a situation like that.
So,
like, you did your job. It's all about me just accepting that.
Don't leave any room for unclarity.
Not at all.
Okay, got it.
No room for that.
Okay.
So I think the first step is just, effectively communicating that. And then also, too, I would say just emphasize its importance. Tell them why you need this. Like, whatever it is, tell them why you need it. Tell them why it's a need. Like, I like this because of this. Yeah. It makes my life easier here. Yeah. I'm able to do this more effectively. I'm able to, whatever it is, like, tell them why that it's a need. Right. And why it's so important to you. Yeah. And emphasize that. That's incredibly important. Definitely crucial. And
I think that in that point, I didn't do well with that tip because I was always the just do it. Yeah, like, you was just do what I asked.
You was on some mom stuff out here, and then
it's not mom stuff. It's just like just do it. Like, see, what do you need all this context for?
I had a mother that was a just do it mom, and I always just did it because I was told to. But like, when you do it and you're my peer, I instantly have pushback. Like, wait, hold up. Why? And I'm not.
You don't need to know why.
First off, like, see, and how you gonna tell me that, and then you're gonna expect it to be done?
Yeah. Like, I was not that great at giving additional background or especially when you didn't understand. I was like, oh my gosh, you don't. Just please do it. Just please do it. And the nicer I was, the more pushback you gave. And you're like, no, I need to know
because it wasn't
why
about
this
you.
is happening.
It wasn't about you being nice. It'll just be like about.
Yeah, I understand now. But I definitely really, really failed first. Like, I really failed there at some until I got it together.
It's all good.
And now I'm emphasizing a lot more.
You definitely do. And so like, and the way my mind worked, like, I've always, I don't know, like, I've in the latter part of my, I'll say, like, from like 19 on. Like, I've always, like, kind of challenged. I started, like, challenging authority from anybody that told me to do something that I didn't feel was that important. So I'll instantly have pushback. I'll just be like, for what? What if I don't do it? What's going to happen to me? Or what's going to, you feel me? Like, why is it this? You know what I'm saying? So I carried that mentality in our relationship, which really ain't good. But, but I definitely did. And so the way you'll tell me to do stuff, I'll just be like, yo, it wasn't like a who are you talking to type thing. I never said nothing like that, but it was just like yo, man, can you throw a please on that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Can you sprinkle it with some, you know what I'm saying? Sprinkle it with a can you and with a thank you. I mean, I'm not saying you wouldn't say thank you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it should be
fair. I always say please.
No. Okay, maybe
that's not fair. I'm very nice to you.
No. Listen, you are nice, but what I'm saying is when it got to no. Okay, let me pull that back. When you do initially ask, you're definitely nice with it. So let me pull that back. If I have a question for that question, your response to that question, that nice stuff is out the window.
Okay.
Because at that point, it's like, hold up.
Why are you challenging?
Why now I'm being challenged when I just gave him the task. All he got to do is just do it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was wild.
And I was just like, and then that's what I was like, hey, yo, she's bugging.
But when I would get, like, if anybody did that to me, I'd be like, who in the...
Yeah, and that's what I didn't get. I'm like, so you do get it because you do it?
Yeah. But I would feel so bad. Would I?
I don't know.
I wouldn't feel bad after the challenge. I'd just be like, oh my gosh. All this talking, it could have been done by now. But now I understand why it is important for me to emphasize why I need this done.
Yeah, or why you need it done in a particular way. You know? Yeah, I'm not just because I don't want to just make your life difficult for no reason.
Well, sometimes you do,
but I'm not trying to do that for no. I'm
sometimes
like I have
you do,
an actual.
Sometimes
okay.
you
I'm not
ask
saying
questions
I don't.
just to get out of doing it.
No.
Let's be honest about that,
sweetheart. I'm not. That's not the case with me.
Yes, it
like
is.
I really just be trying to understand certain things, like trying to get into your mind of why a certain task needs to be done that way. If it don't make sense to me, I'm gonna ask you.
I know, but there's a few times, I'm gonna say just a few, that I can hold with my hand that you're like, yeah, but no, just because you don't want to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, but I'll just be confused too. But there's a reason why I don't want to do it. I don't understand it. I'll be like, why has it got to be done this way?
That's not always the reason, babe. I'm just saying blatantly because you don't want to do it. So you do make my life hard. So I just look at it as that.
I said I don't. I said although I'm not purposely trying to make your life difficult. I'm not trying to do that intentionally. But I'll actually have like real questions about certain things that I don't understand, and then as we're having that, that's when you're like, hey, yo, bro, like I'm not about to answer all these questions. You could just go ahead and do that though.
Yo, I was never that bad. You were so dramatic.
I'm not saying you said what I said verbatim. I'm just saying, like,
I'm about to answer all these questions.
But that's the vibe I got from you. It was like, bro, just go ahead and do that.
Oh, you're so dramatic.
Nah, I know you didn't say that verbatim. I'm just saying, like, that was the vibe you had, and I was just like, yo, listen. I'm like, I don't know if this ain't gonna work like this.
Okay.
I was like, let's have some.
Luckily, I don't do that anymore. So.
Well, actually, we just had a talk about that the other. What was that?
Lies.
I think it was New Year's.
Lies.
Was it New Year's?
Lies.
What did we argue about on New Year's? Wasn't it about like a paper bag or something? It was over a plastic bag or something weird.
Oh boy.
And that was the last time we had that. But I mean, it's been a month, so we might be making some progress.
He's
anyway,
lying, guys. Don't listen to this.
Third and final.
Okay. Third and final tip.
Third and final tip is honestly just deliver little by little.
Okay.
Deliver little by little. You
all
know,
right, Monsieur
like
Francois, you out here?
Your wife has a couple of needs. Pick a need at a time, real quick. You feel me? Like, I'm not saying negate the others, but like sacrifice a bit of your, well, if you can, all of your selfishness, all that, and then just give her what she wants, little by little. Show some change. It can be, it's incremental.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Goodness.
Do a little by little. You know what I'm saying? Give her what she wants here. Give her what she wants there. And then next week, do it twice.
Oh.
The following week,
look at this one.
Aim
right
for
here.
3 times. Like, just try to do better. You don't gotta. I mean, it really depends on what the needs are. But like,
you prioritize the biggest need.
There you go.
Yeah.
Figure out the one that she talks about the most, the one that she hounds you about the most, the one she's on you about the most, the one that she
or he.
Yeah. So, but the one that he or she, like, what they want. Been with them forever, like, you know exactly what they want. Prioritize that. Move on that first. Do it little by little, and then eventually you get to a point where you're fulfilling all their needs, and all the complaining will stop. Well, I don't know if all the complaining will stop. I mean, you with a woman, she's gonna find something to complain about. But at least these will stop for now. But it is what it is. So just to run them again, effectively communicate your needs, emphasize the importance of those needs, and then start to deliver little by little. Start with those 3 changes. And granted, like, listen, we're not. These are things that we're still working on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not this couple talking from like, hey, do exactly what we did. It worked. Nah, these are just things that I'm just realizing that I should be doing. And I'm gonna do over time. Mm-hmm. And then we should be in a much better place. So But hey, I think these are some good tips to listen to. So try it out, see what happens. If you're in the same boat that we in.
Yes. And and definitely let us know how you have grown from your situations using these tips, and you have become better or worse. You definitely let us know. Give
Hopefully
us
not
all.
worse.
Hopefully not worse. Definitely, we hope that it gives you a better way to get through some of the hurdles that you probably have been dealing with in terms of meeting needs. That was pretty good.
That was a goodie to
I
me.
think you did awesome, babe.
Appreciate you.
Very proud.
You proud of me?
I am. I'm
So,
always proud of you.
so can you fulfill need number 4? Remember what that need was? You don't, do you?
Hit you with the headline. Sure, I'll definitely do that. That would be awesome. I will definitely work on that.
We'll talk off air. Get into the verse of the week, will you please?
Okay. So we're going to be coming from Philippians 4, verse 19. But my God shall supply all your need according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus.
So I picked that verse in particular because I feel like I was told once that whatever you don't have in your mate, you should look for in God.
Ooh, hallelujah.
I forgot who told me that or where I read that, but your wife and your wife or husband gives you as much as what's so funny? What you laughing? You over here?
If I would have done it again, you would have been like, "All right, that's enough."
Oh, with the singing, right?
Yeah.
Actually, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what was gonna happen.
I was ready to do it, but I was like, "Okay, I went ahead to cut me off." Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Let me get out my praise and let's go ahead.
She a worship leader. She can't help it. She does this 3 times a week. It is what it is. But nah,
ahead, baby.
I remember hearing that. I'm trying to remember who either told me or where I read it. But like, you should really, in regards to what you're not getting, you should really seek from the Lord.
Oh, Jesus.
You know,
awesome.
Because God will fulfill you in multiple ways beyond what you would even ask for. Like, I had a comment. This is a little, I mean, it's a bit off topic in regards to the whole meeting your partner's needs thing. But I had a conversation with one of the members of my church today, and he was talking about how he's about to retire soon. He's been out of debt for many years. He didn't have to pay for none of his kids going to college. Like, good brother, man. And he was just talking about how well off he just been financially in the later years of his life. And he was just saying, like, yo, man, it was really all God. He said, yo, I served God and he did the rest.
Oh man,
he was awesome. like, I could. He said, it sounds like it's just kind of religious talk or whatever. But he said, yo, the minute I started taking that seriously, and I continued to work hard, he began to just bless in abundance and abundance and abundance and abundance.
Jesus.
And that's how God works. That's how He really works. So it's that's how you should, get right with God. Watch your relationship thrive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so whatever you feel you're not getting from your wife, like, or your husband, like, just look for that fulfillment from a divine, from God.
Yeah.
Look for that fulfillment there, and so you'll feel fulfilled enough to the point where I don't want to say like you won't require that much from them, because like you want to give your all to your spouse, but at the same time, like, I feel like if you guys both see God the way you need to, He will fulfill both of you. To the point where you guys
somebody preaching.
I'm trying.
Right.
I ain't no pastor, but I'm just putting some things into you. Feel me?
These
are things I'm just noticing right now. These things that I need to do more.
Yes.
But if you seek God the way you should, He'll fulfill both of you to the point where all your needs are met. So I'll just end it like that. So that's why I chose that verse for this episode. So that's how I feel there. So that's Philippians 4 verse 19. Yeah. Feel free to read the whole chapter if you'd like. And yeah. So that's where I'm at with that.
Wow. All right. Well, I think that's about it then. The sermon has ended. I think that was incredible, babe, to just tie it all together.
Yes, sir.
You will always have to find refuge in God all the time, not just outside of your needs, but even with your needs. So
absolutely.
Yes, I just love that. Praise God for you, baby.
Oh, I appreciate you, Queen.
All right, so you ready for the benediction?
All right.
Dear God, Bless Sebastien and Claushelle. Bless the listeners. May they be at peace, find joy, and always seek you first. Thank you for this opportunity once again to glorify you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Let the church say amen.
Well, you guys have a wonderful Valentine's Day weekend.
Enjoy your V-Days.
Enjoy. We will come back with our V-Day plans next week. And I think we need to drop this bomb right here.
Yep, next week. We'll let y'all know season finale is coming. We're gonna end off with a dope episode. We'll keep y'all posted on topics and all of that, and what we're gonna be getting into.
Next week is not the season finale.
Oh yeah, not next week exactly, but
2 weeks.
2 weeks from now is our season finale.
It's our season finale.
There we go. So we're gonna end off this season right. We'll post a couple of questions online. Y'all let us know what y'all felt about this season. If y'all got a chance to take a listen to all the episodes. If you didn't, run back and just check them out, see how you feel, and give us some ideas for what you want us to talk about for the next season. We got some plans for this year. We're going to definitely, expand the brand and we plan to grow. So, talk to us. Let us know what's up. Let us know how you're feeling. And then we're gonna start off the next season real right. But we'll keep y'all posted when that's up and running. And yeah, so we coming, y'all.
Coming. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful week ahead. God bless, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace and love, y'all. See ya.